What's up, everybody? Welcome back, and we have a grand finale for you. This is going to be the final four picks and predictions, and I'm super excited. And again, I'm Matt with Beard Laws. We can't thank you enough for watching this, and I don't want to waste any more of your time. Let's jump right into the action. We have an amazing final four, but let's talk a little bit about the tournament, because it's been an absolute crazy tournament with some very historic moments. You had the 15 seed St. Peter's that won the heart of pretty much everybody except for the 4 teams that are in the final four, and they just had an historic run with a dude with a nice mustache, a great coach who leveraged his way to another coaching position in a team that he used to play for. And we had number 11 seeds won 5 games. It was a little bit of a ACC kind of dominated tournament when it was going into there saying how the ACC was weak. Now they have 2 teams in there. This is going to be a great Final Four with some great historic programs. Since 2011, Gonzaga has won more games than anybody else in NCAA. It was followed by then Kansas, Duke, number 3. Then you have Villanova and North Carolina, rounding out the 4 teams in the Final Four, coming in at 6 and 7. So you have 4 programs that have won a combined 17 national championships, 9 of which since the turn of the century, which is an absolute wild thing to think about. But the big storyline here, in my opinion, is North Carolina, Duke. It's a storyline in NCAA basketball whenever they play, but it's the first time that they've ever met in an NCAA tournament. The first time that their meeting is in a Final Four in Coach K's last season. You can't make this up. Duke is going to come into this, obviously playing North Carolina in the late game Saturday with the championship game to follow. They are going to be your tournament favorite, which is a little bit funny. They jumped up because Houston was the favorite, which obviously got knocked out in the Elite Eight. So Duke is going to come in as the favorite. They're 32-6, a number 2 seed in the West region. They took out number 15, Cal State Fullerton. They beat number 7, Michigan State. They took out Texas Tech, the 3 seed, and then the 4 seed, Arkansas. Their biggest strengths, they're the number 1 in adjusted offense efficiency, according to a whole bunch of statistics, but they're not a great defensive rebounding team. Again, very talented offensively. They have a good mixture of some young talent, some kind of veteran players. They're a very, very scary team, but you have to keep in mind that North Carolina did take them out in their last game at Duke Stadium, Coach K's finale at home, and they aren't going to forget about that. These rivals know each other. And obviously they take on North Carolina, which in my opinion, they are, in my favorite, the 3rd favorite to win it all. But Kansas, the number 1 seed, in my opinion, is the number 1 seed, but the 2nd favorite in here. So if you are betting, Duke is going to be your best odds, then Kansas, then in my opinion should be Carolina, Nova, but they're a little backwards. But Kansas, 32-6, the number 1 seed in the Midwest region. They took out the number 16 Texas Southern. They took out the number 9 seed Creighton. They took out the number 4 seed Providence. Then they took out a number 10 seed Miami, and they played one of their most well-rounded games that I've seen these guys play, especially in the tournament. They looked really good. All right, they really, really did. And then again, North Carolina, they're 28-9. They were the 8th seed in the East region. They took out number 9 Marquette. They took out number 1 Baylor after giving up a huge lead, but won in overtime when nobody else thought they would. Then in a very close game versus a very talented UCLA team, they throttled them. Then they took out the beloved team that everybody wanted to win, except for us Carolina fans, St. Peter's, 69-49. All right. Not a great team in getting defensive turnovers. They give up a lot of points, but I'm going to tell you right now, they've beat Duke. They've split with Duke, so they have the opportunity to take them out. This is going to be a phenomenal game. I'm super excited for it. And then you have Villanova, who is 30-7, number 2 in the South region. They took out number 15 Delaware. They took out number 7 Ohio State. They took out number 11 Michigan, and number 5 the Houston team that I was talking about earlier, who was the favorite to win it. They did suffer an injury to one of their key players. That's not going to be there. It's absolutely terrible for that player, but at the end of the day, they're still a very good team. They don't turn the ball over. So let's get into the predictions. All right. Duke, Carolina. It's tough to predict. All right. I think it's about a 4-point spread right now. My gut tells me it's hard to bet against Coach K, let alone his last season. All right. Carolina, first year coach. They have beat him, but it was a different scenario. Duke, if they continue to shoot the ball the way that they're shooting, I mean, they shot 73% in the second half one of the other games. They're moving the ball. They're playing great offensively. Defensively, that's where Carolina is going to have to kind of exploit them. They're going to have to push the ball. They're going to have to get turnovers, something they're not great at doing, but they're also going to have to get some rebounds, offensive rebounds. They're going to obviously have to get defensive rebounds, play smart. They're just as athletic. They're just as talented. And it pains me to say this, but I think Duke makes it to the national championship. And who are they going to play? I personally think they're going to play Kansas. The way that Kansas played against Miami, they were almost unstoppable. All right, they were phenomenal offensively, defensively. They moved the ball. It was the best game that I've seen Kansas play, and I've watched them play quite a bit of time, especially Villanova. They're coming in there, their experience. Here's my take on this game. Villanova, they're that team that kind of slows it up. They play what I would consider a boring style offense, and if they can keep it close, they have a chance. But if Kansas can go on one of these runs that they typically do, I don't think Villanova has the firepower to catch back up with them. So I like Kansas playing Duke. And then in the national championship game, I like Kansas. I think Kansas right now should be the favorite to win. They are playing lights out. They have the star power. They have the young guns. They have the veterans. And they have an amazing, amazing coach that they're going to perform on the big stage. So my predictions, Duke beats Carolina. Kansas beats Villanova. Kansas then beats Duke in the national championship, which is going to be Coach K's last game. So there we go. That's all we have for you here on college basketball. Super excited to continue to do this. And again, we can't thank you enough for taking some time out of your busy day to hang out with us with the predictions. Please let us know in the comments who you like for each game, who you think is going to be the national champion of college basketball. And again, we greatly appreciate you. Take care, everybody.